I gotta tell you, they don't care about the fish you caught. If that's your main photo, get rid of it. This is Online for Love, your resource for dating by the numbers. And today we're gonna go over some online dating tips for men who feel like they're getting ghosted, men who feel like they don't know the unwritten rules of online dating, and men who are generally just looking for a better experience in the online dating world. Online dating isn't easy, and truly any form of dating really isn't that easy either. But with some helpful tips that we've found using some data and personal experience, we find that you can actually make your online dating experience much better. Before we jump into this, it is pretty ideal that you are actually on the right online dating website for the intentions of what you're looking for to get out of it. And luckily, we here at Online for Love have a great online dating website quiz that you can take in the description down below and on our website Online for Love. This quiz will ask you some personal questions in order to try and narrow down which online dating website is the best one for you. Be sure to click it in the link in the description down below. I do want to mention as well that this video is actually in article form on our website Online for Love. You can find a link in the description down below. The reason I'm mentioning this is because any of the statistics I may mention, like demographics or prices, are only true at the time of me recording this video. However, on the article version, they're constantly kept up to date, so you can be sure that all the most up-to-date information is found on our article version. So without further ado, let's jump into number one, which is to define your wants and needs and to pick the right dating site for them. Not all dating websites are created the same, and no dating website is a one-size-fits-all. Your first task is really to define what you are looking for when you do go onto online dating. Are you looking for a hookup, for example, or are you looking for a casual dating, or are you looking all the way down to long-term serious relationships and possibly marriage? If you are looking for hookup dating, there's two great websites I recommend, which is datehookup.com and speeddate.com. Both of these websites are great for those looking for hookups because everybody on these websites are all looking for the same thing and they're not afraid to say it. As far as casual dating goes, I would recommend websites like Plenty of Fish or OkCupid. These are great websites for casual dating because a lot of the people on there are not really looking for long-term serious relationships, but a lot of people are also not looking for hookups either. They're great free websites and they are also paid versions as well, so you can really gauge what kind of experience you want to get from it. If you are looking for a more serious long-term relationship that could lead to marriage, I highly recommend either eHarmony or Match.com. Both of these websites are very established. They're some of the oldest online dating websites that are out there, and they both utilize some great online personality quizzes and algorithms to try and find the best matches for you personally. They really go into a deeper level past physical appearance and more into an emotional, mental connection with another person. It is noted though that these websites do require payment in order to use them to their full capabilities, but that's actually a good thing because it means that people on the website are actually serious and trying to find a relationship, as those looking for hookups or casual dating are more likely to not actually invest into their relationship as they're not so serious about it. If you'd like to see the prices of Match.com or eHarmony or actually any of the websites, Plenty of Fish, OkCupid, SpeedDate or HookupDate.com, be sure to check out the article version of this video, which again is in the description in the link down below. While you're down there in the description as well, be sure to check out our online discounts for some of these websites too. Outside of what type of relationship you're looking for, maybe you're really looking for a niche dating website as well. There are even religious websites like Christian Mingle or JDate.com, which really gear towards certain religions. And then there's other dating websites as well that you really wouldn't think are niche websites to begin with, but like Farmers Only, for example, are for people who are looking for country living partners and things like that. There are an abundance of website examples of different types of niches, so be sure to be on the lookout for whatever your particular niche is. So let's move on to number 2 on my list, which is to create a winning profile. You never really get a second chance when making a first impression, so you really do want to make sure that your profile is on point. So let's go over some do's and don'ts of what to do on your online dating profile, and we're going to start with our first don't, which is to not post any bad pictures. And that includes not posting a picture of you with a fish unless it's super unique for some reason. Every guy seems to have a picture of them holding a fish, and it is almost like memed into oblivion about how bizarre and kind of funny it is. So don't fall into that trope. You also want to make sure that your photos are high quality, they're not blurry, or they're not super pixelated or anything like that. And also make sure that they're not all taken within the same day. You want to make sure that you're showcasing not just what you look like, but maybe some things that you're into as well. If you're into surfing, for example, a photo of you surfing would be a great thing to put into there. Or if you're into gaming, maybe a photo of you playing a video game or something would be great for you to show not just what you look like, but also some personality traits as well. A do though is to obviously, of course, have some great photos. And some ways that you can do that is to be sure that the photos are high quality, they're not pixelated, and they're not blurry. You also want to make sure that you're actually taking the best angles of yourself and that you're looking at least put together, stylish, and that you have some good hygiene in these photos too. Another don't is to make sure you're not putting overly generic things in your about me section. You want to make sure you're not copying other people's bios or you're putting some really generic jokes in there, because people are going to see that as not really genuine and they're going to see you as kind of lazy copycat. There's no real personality to it. Also be sure not to write too much information that people wish that there was a table of contents that came with your bio. And also make sure that you're not putting things that mention things that you are not looking for in a woman. It's really negative to put things out there that you're not looking for, whether that be mentalities or looks or intentions. You're really limiting to the type of relationships that you could be potentially having on these dating websites. And you never know, people are not linear. They really do change their mind a lot of the time. So don't limit yourself by putting things that you don't want and making yourself seem shallow. Something that you do want to do with your bio is to write something that is really unique to yourself and really highlights your personality. Be sure to put some personality traits of yourself that are in there. So if you're sarcastic or goofy or artistic, maybe utilize that in your description of yourself. People are really attracted to those who are confident, honest, and friendly. And if you do come across that way, your chances of success will go much higher. Another great tip we have is to check out Online for Love's online dating profile guides. You can totally check these out. They're completely free, and they do have some great pointers on here that you can find outside of this video as well. I do want to also ask you to hit like, hit subscribe, and ring the bell to make sure that you're not missing out on any more online dating tips from Online for Love. This moves us on to number 3 on our list, which is to remember that you're not the only one. Please remember that there are a ton of other guys on all of these other dating websites that are looking for potential partners as well. And so that you really shouldn't feel discouraged if you feel like you're not getting a lot of messages or that people aren't really talking to you or engaging with you that much. There is a lot of competition out there, and the truth of the matter is that most online dating websites usually have a much larger percentage of males on the website than they have females. So if you're feeling like you're not getting a lot of responses, you're feeling like the women on the website are not really responding to you, there's a lot of factors that go into this. She could be talking to somebody else who she's interested in. She could just not be using the website as much as you think she is. She could be literally just busy doing her own things that day and is not really interested in messaging other people that day. Do not try to lash out at people. Do not try to be discouraged or anything like that. This is just gonna make you look bad, and it's really not a good move on your part. The fact of the matter is that there's millions and millions of people on these online dating websites, and that you really shouldn't get yourself discouraged. Now this moves me on to number 4 on my list, which is to make your messages count. So as we just mentioned, there's a lot of competition online to try and catch the attention of different women online. And luckily there are definitely some things that you can do in your messages in order to stick out. Let's go over some do's and don'ts. And my first don't is to not only give compliments on their physical appearance. This is the easiest and simplest thing for any guy to do when messaging any woman, and I guarantee you that she is getting a ton of messages that reflect that. A do is to definitely compliment her on her personality and her traits. You can compliment her on her physical attributes as well, but honestly, you should really focus on complimenting her on who she is and not really what she is. Another don't I recommend is to not just message them something really simple and generic like what's up or hey. These are not really engaging conversations, and they can be answered with one word. It's something that will really stagnate how well your conversation will go from there on. What you do want to do is to actually start a conversation based off of something that she wrote in her bio. For example, if she did go traveling, maybe you want to ask her, hey, how did you like that place? What was your favorite place that you've been to? Or if she mentions something like, I really love pizza, ask her opinions on pineapple on pizza or something. It's something that is not a single one-word answer that you can give back to, and it really does add fuel to a conversation. Most people really enjoy talking about themselves, so really make it easy for her to be able to do that, and I'm guarantee you will more than likely find success. Okay, so let's say that you've already done everything and you know that you've done it right, but you're still not getting any sort of response. The best thing that you can do for yourself is to either be patient or to simply just let it go. We've already talked about all the different potential factors that could be happening, how she might not even see your message yet, how she might be interested in somebody else, and that's completely fine. You gotta just let it go. You really don't want to be wasting your time going after somebody who wants you back. It's really just not the smartest thing to do for yourself. And again, there are millions and millions of people on online dating websites, so you're more than likely going to find your potential match if you are just patient. Most people don't download a dating app and then find the person they want to marry right away. It takes time, and honestly, waiting is worth it. So if you are patient, you will find the right match for yourself. So that just about wraps up my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I did want to ask you guys if you had your own tips as well, and if you do, to let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear them. I would also super appreciate it if you guys could hit like and subscribe as well, and ring the bell to make sure that you're not missing out on any more online dating tips from Online for Love. I'll catch you guys in the next video. See you next time.